in my mind, the big difference between Nemesis Leo Prime and Mammoth Nemesis Prime is that, while the Mammoth one needed a crap ton to get him to eventually betray Unicron, this one, Nemesis Leo Prime, has ulterior motives from the get-go. Knowing it would effectively destroy himself in the process, he seeks to eradicate Unicron by altering the past.
Interesting.
Which naturally leads to Optimus Primal getting in the mix. As Primus doesn't quite like it when things mess with the space-time continuum. Last time that happened, a bronze and purple T-Rex very nearly caused the universe to choke on its own saliva.
Okay, so I just looked at the spoiler chat for Cast Ranger, and the secondary writer already has another form. He's not even in the show yet, and it's already confirmed that he has a form, a second form. It's based off donuts.
I like this one already.
First chocolate, then donuts? Hell yeah. Also, I was just reminded of something that happens in Super Robot Wars V, and by extension, Brave Express Mike Gine.
Oh, goody.
So, the villains try to make an evil Mike Gine. Right? They copy his entire personality into a body designed to be almost identical to Gine's, except, it's black. So he shows up ready to fight Mike Gine. But what the villains did not count on was the fact that they're idiots, and that they also copied in Mike Gine's sense of justice.
Wah, wah, wah.
So, when a building started to fall on civilians, Mike Gine went to go save them, and Black Gine was right there beside him. It was actually kind of funny. It's like, you're supposed to be the bad guy. Then why did you copy his sense of justice into me? What? Oh, shit. Hello, Internet. Welcome to the stream. Vegas Bear here, as always, with Mekumon.
Hello.
Taro and Webb are not with us today because they are asleep.
Seems like this week in general has just been draining for everybody.
Mm-hmm. So, it is Friday today, which means it's time for Fallout 3. We finally get to explore the Capitol Mall.
I can't wait.
So last time on Fallout 3, we made it to Galaxy News Radio, where Three Dog has tasked us with contributing to the good fight by finding a radio dish, because some super mutant shot his to pieces. And here we are at the Capitol Mall. Honestly, doesn't look that different.
Yeah, no, actually it looks better. Actually reflects the soul of the country at the moment.
Oh, definitely. So, before we go to the Museum of Technology, we're gonna, what the fuck? Oh, damn it. Oh, shit! We are gonna take a detour to the Lincoln Memorial.
Oh, careful that place.
My gun is already drawn.
If memory serves, that place is Raider Central. Of the most ironic kind.
Yeah, because they're slavers. And there are a few things that I cannot stand, will not abide by. One of them is slavers.
What are the others?
Cannibals. Racism. Or racists.
That's close enough. What the hell are you doing wandering around here?
Also people who would think they're the second coming of the Roman Empire.
That too. Easy now, I'm just curious about this place. I'm not looking for trouble.
Curiosity can get a wastelander killed. I'm going to let you through, but you'll have to talk to Mr. Walker first. Follow me. Oh, and stay off the memorial steps. They have orders to shoot anyone that gets too close. The dirt path is safe. Keep moving. Mr. Walker is waiting.
So we talking about like Texas Walker? Or Walker Texas Rate? Oh.
Well, I'm Leroy Walker, and you're probably wondering about what we're doing here.
Looks to me like you're getting ready for war. What are you really doing here?
You're a sharp one. We're from Paradise Falls. We're hunting runaway slaves. Have you seen any?
Haven't seen any slaves recently.
That's too bad. You know, you seem like the type of wastelander that might be for hire. I need someone to get some loot out of a nearby ruin. Are you interested? It's a museum. just past the Washington Monument. I'm only interested in stuff related to Abraham Lincoln. Bring me back whatever you find. Oh, and don't try to go into the memorial. The guards have orders to shoot on sight.
Why are you so interested in Lincoln artifacts?
Don't want slaves using them to start a revolt or anything, so we burn them.
Oh.
Good luck in the museum. Bring me back something, and I'll let you get a closer look.
Well then.
Please tell me you're gonna use Lincoln's repeater to kill these guys.
Nah.
What's the matter, huh?
They're too good for that. Or rather, the repeater is too good for that.
The repeater's too good for its actual stated purpose.
I'm not gonna waste Lincoln's repeater on these scumbags.
Nah, we'll save it for Paradise Falls. That repeater is surprisingly strong, too. Like, hot damn.
Alright. Well, I've made my bed. Time to deal with it.
I could just picture your character screaming, "Worth it! Worth it! Worth it!" every time he's hit with something.
Yeah. Damn, out of ammo. Ah, crap, grenade. Get him, dog meat. I'm suddenly reminded of that one Planet of the Apes movie where the guy, like, goes back to the present day, only to find that he didn't time travel, he was, like, sent to an alternate universe. So when he, like, goes back in time to the quote-unquote modern day, he's at the Lincoln Memorial, and it's just a statue of Abe Lincoln as an ape.
funny.
Yep. That movie was terrible. But at least it had some laughs. Completely unintentional, but still. Alright. I believe I have dealt with the slavers. Now, to make my way to one of the other buildings. No, let's go to the Natural History Museum. I'm irradiated out the asshole, so at least I'll fit in.
Another human with a death wish. Welcome to the mall, tourist.
Crazy to stand out here. Aren't you afraid of super mutants?
Those knuckle draggers? Nah, they don't bother us ghouls. Maybe they see us as kin or something, I don't know. Now those other assholes.
Other assholes?
Yeah, you know, those humans like you. Well, maybe not like you, I don't know. Humans all the same. The Brotherhood of Steel guys with their testosterone and power armor. Those Psycho Talon Company nerds. Those other assholes.
Not tourists.
Come on, here you are in the mall of our nation's fine capital, taking in the sights, visiting the monuments. Face it, you're a tourist.
I have to go
Till
now.
next time, sightseer.
We need Mastodon power now. I think I butchered that, but whatever.
Oh, well, would you look at that?
we got us a smooth-skinned visitor. Ooh-wee. We ain't seen one of your type in a long time.
Smooth skin? What does that mean?
Smooth skin? You know, because your skin is so smooth and tasty. Relax, I'm just kidding. But I had you going, didn't I?
Where am I?
You're in Underworld, Smooth Skin. It's the only safe place for we ghouls in D.C. We're here out of sight and out of mind. The mutants leave us alone, and the slavers usually don't come this far into the city, so it's not bad. Really, the Brotherhood of Steel is the only thing we have to worry about. So long as we don't leave Underworld, that is.
What's your beef with the Brotherhood?
Bastards. They don't seem to be able to tell us apart from the super mutants. Or maybe they just don't care. They see us and shoot on sight. At least they have the common courtesy to miss most of the time. Still, bigots.
City full of ghouls, huh?
That's right. As long as you don't bother us, we won't bother you. Feel free to come and go, trade, sleep, whatever. Just make sure that you leave whatever trouble is following you at the door. Because we don't want it. So enjoy your stay, Smooth Skin.
Fair enough. Alright, I'm gonna go have a look
Enjoy
around.
your stay. Just try and keep from shooting up the place. We got a nice little deal going on down here. We'd like to keep it nice.
What do you do around here, Winthrop?
Me? I keep every hunk of old rusted pre-war garbage around here in operating condition. We've got lights, water, and ventilation all running off the old crap they used to keep this place going for the tourists. I've managed to keep it going so far, but, well, I'm not... We've scavenged just about all the scrap metal from all the places we can safely get to. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Hell, not before long I'm gonna have to disassemble poor old Cerberus for parts. Hey, you get around, don't you? Tell you what, you bring me back. We can work out a trade. We've got some stuff around here that we don't need, but a smooth skin like you...
Sure.
Well, all right. That's good to hear, stranger. You'll find it just about anywhere. On junked robots, you know... And not a... Okay.
Can you repair
Can
my
you pay
things?
me? Then I can repair your...
Yes, I'm pretty sure I could pay you, Winthrop.
Let me know if you have any of that scrap.
Oh,
Tasted that door now.
it's no necropolis, but
Watch your step.
still better than nothing.
Yes?
Oh, a human.
I consider this place to be the ultimate test
Welcome
of
to
character
Underworld
for any
Outfitters.
given Fallout player.
It's been so long since I had a customer.
Oh?
Do you who immediately start shooting, or do you start palling around?
Who the fuck would immediately open fire?
You'd be surprised.
We spend it. The rest we give to Quinn to trade for stuff we need. If any of
Remember,
the armor
there
fails to
are
protect your
some
life,
crazy people out
I'll
there
give
who
you a
would
full
intentionally
refund.
play evil karma characters, or be so zealous in the Brotherhood of Steel shenanigans that they just shoot ghouls on sight.
That's fucking stupid.
It is, but it happens.
Ooh, schematics for the railway rifle.
Another satisfied customer. Come back soon, please.
That's secure for a reason.
Alright, what do I need for the railway rifle? I need crutch, steam gauge assembly, fission battery, and pressure cooker. I think I have all of that back home.
Just try not to kill anyone.
I will not kill a single person while I'm here.
Now, killing a bunch of people when I'm out there, on the other hand. Out there as an outside of the underworld.
Right.
Dr. Barrows, at your service. What brings you to the chop shop? Come to lend me a hand, I hope. I can always use fresh human samples.
What do you mean by fresh human
You
samples?
haven't heard? I'm the foremost authority on ghoul evolution. I want to know what makes us tick. Something doomed us to this rotting form, and I aim to discover what it is. So, I need samples of human skin, organs, and other parts to make the experiments valid.
Sorry, I aim to keep all my samples to myself.
Pity. Well then, what can I do for you?
Can you heal my radiation?
Sure can. Quick and
My
easy.
response to that samples question.
And a quick shot.
What?
Oh,
What the fuck?
Wait, no, I meant
that's
to
what
buy
it's
your medical
about.
supplies.
Please be- I think I can help you.
I desperately need Radaway. And I will buy all your stim packs. You know what? Fuck it, I'll buy everything.
Thanks. Yeah.
I'm that strapped for supplies. I will buy everything.
You are a one-man economy boost for this town.
Welcome to the chop shop. I'm Nurse Graves, Dr. Borrow's assistant. Don't let our place's name fool you. The doctor is very good with injuries, dismemberments, and trauma. If you require any stim packs, bye.
Interesting how he has a room full of glowing ones in there. And we cannot access it. There's even a safe in there. I don't think we can actually... I don't think there's any actual way to get in there.
At least none that would involve having a fight.
Well, the door says inaccessible.
For all we know, he might loose them on you if you decide to shoot at the town.
Maybe. I'm not gonna try and find out.
It ain't worth finding out.
Yeah.
Like, there's some genuinely good people in this town.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, Gob came from here.
I remember.
In fact, there's somebody you can talk to about him here.
I'm assuming it's Carol?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, she runs
Oh,
one of
my,
the
someone new.
shops
I'm
here.
so sorry. You must think I'm terribly rude. Well, it's not much, I know, but it's mine. So if you need anything, just let me know. It's so good to have someone new here, even if it is an ugly old smooth skin. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't make that face. You'll love it here.
Have you ever heard of a guy named Gob?
Gob? Yes, of course. He's my son. Well, not really. Not like you would think of a son. We ghouls don't really work like that. But I love him like he's my own.
So you adopted
Do
him?
you know him? Have you seen him? Is he alright?
He's working in a bar in Megaton.
Oh, that's wonderful news. James. I'm so glad. If you see him, please tell him that his mother misses him and loves him and that I hope he's happy. But he shouldn't come visit. It's too dangerous. No, he should stay put where he is.
You're on this place with Greta?
That's right. Her and I have been together for, about 60 years now. But things haven't really been the same since Gob left. He was like a son to me. I think Greta was always a little jealous of him.
How'd you end up here?
Oh, that's such a long story. You couldn't possibly want to hear about that.
No, Carol, I'd love to hear your story.
Well, okay. But it's nothing special. I was born in 2051, so yes, that makes me a pre-war ghoul.
Remember the day the war started?
I do. I was in a shelter with my father when the bombs hit. In D.C., we had the luxury of getting a warning after the West Coast was gone. I was just a little girl then. We couldn't afford a space in one of the vaults. I remember filing down into that shelter, my father rushing me in. He stopped to help this one family. And I looked up and called his name. There was a flash of light brighter than anything you can imagine. I woke up a few hours later. The first thing I did was run up to where my father had been. He was gone. But the strangest thing, there was his shadow, burned into the wall, so crisp and clear, like he was standing next to me. The heat had burned it into the concrete.
Oh, God, I know what she's talking about. That is brutal.
Yeah, for those who don't know, that is a legitimate phenomenon that happened.
Yeah, I want to say they first learned about this. When did they first learn about that phenomenon? I want to say when they were testing it.
Well, there was certainly evidence of it after the bombs were dropped on Japan.
That is true. That is very true. I would like to... Okay, so here at the Bear Cave, we do not condone we do
literally any of the practices we see in this game.
In this game, or a lot of the shit that was done during World War II. The nuke is complicated.
It was an excessive measure, but it was also arguably a necessary one at the time to prevent even more lives from being lost over a longer period of time.
Because the Japanese during World War II would not stop even after Nazi Germany fell. They kept going. And had we not done what we did, we would probably be living in a very different world.
It sucks. It's evil. But it happened.
It was an unfortunately necessary evil. I hate that term, but
the term itself is so freaking blurry that it's going to have different definitions depending on who you ask.
Yep. I do remember seeing an animation of the bombs dropping from a movie called Barefoot Gen. Now, at the time, I did not know it was from the movie Barefoot Gen. I found this at like 3 in the morning, and it stuck with me. And the thing that really, really struck me was the comments of the YouTube video. Saying that America shouldn't have done that. The Japanese did nothing wrong. Typical responses from people who don't know their history.
And some others who definitely do and just want to sound contrarian, but they're a very, very tiny percentage.
Yeah. I always get a little, I guess, tense when Hiroshima or Nagasaki is brought up, because as far as I know, I had none of my family was involved in what happened. In either the creation or the dropping of the bomb. But it's I still feel guilt over it.
Guilt by proxy, because we recognize just how awful what happened actually was.
Yeah. What was the wasteland like after the war?
The city was on fire for weeks, maybe months, I don't know. I hid down here in the museum. It was the closest building to the shelter I was in. I could hear what was happening above. People howling like animals, chaos, looting, killing. It's like every foul thing inside of them came out. It was a nightmare. I don't want to talk about it.
You know what? That's fair. I shouldn't have asked that question. How'd you end up as a ghoul?
I don't know how it happens. Dr. Burroughs says it was radiation. All I know is that people kept showing up here in the museum. After things calmed down above ground, we tried to live down here as best we could. After a while, things got strange. My skin started to get dry and flake off. Everyone's did. Took a while. Months, maybe a year. But sooner or later, everyone ended up like this. Some of them went crazy. Some of us just accepted it. After a while, other ghouls would find their way in here, and Underworld just sort of grew. No one bothered us down here. We were happy enough to leave them alone. And once my Greta showed up, it was a good enough life for me.
See, and you said you weren't interesting.
You tell the same story for 200 years, you'll feel pretty uninteresting too.
Well, Carol, as someone who... How old is my character at this point? 20?
You're about 19.
Yeah. For someone who's only 19 years old and lived in a vault for all his life, technically, your story is pretty interesting. Imagine meeting someone who was alive 200 years ago.
Oh, I would be asking questions almost relentlessly.
Let's see. 200 years ago from now would be 1824? Actually, that's a...
Yeah.
What was going on in 1824? I gotta know. It was 12 years after the War of 1812.
I mean, the American Revolution was on the horizon.
That was...
Not Revolution, the Civil War. My bad.
Yeah. I was gonna say, the Revolution was about 100 years before that.
Yeah, I recognize my error when it came out of my mouth. Yeah, I was trying to say the American Civil War was on the horizon, if it wasn't already in motion.
Let's see here. Events. Oh. William Buckland formally announces the name of Megalosaurus, the first scientifically valid named non-avian dinosaur species. And also a bunch of wars, because that's just human history in a nutshell.
And then we started shooting each other. What was it over this week? We're not sure.
The Florida state capital moves from St. Augustine to Tallahassee. The United States War Department created the Bureau of Indian Affairs. American explorer Benjamin Morrill departs Antarctica after a voyage later plagued by claims of fraud.
See, I don't understand why people could say history is boring. This shit's interesting.
The Mechanics' Institution is established in Manchester, England at the Bridgewater Arms Hotel as part of a national movement for the education of working men. The institute is the precursor to the three universities in the city of the University of Manchester, UMIST, I'll just say that, and the Metropolitan University of Manchester, MMU. First permanent settlers arrived to construct the new city of Tallahassee, Florida, selected to be the capital of Florida Territory, newly acquired from the Kingdom of Spain. The area has been selected because it is roughly equidistant from the territory's main cities, Pensacola and St. Augustine. Lord Byron, the British poet, dies at the age of 36 in the Greek city of Missolonghi, I butchered that, where he had taken ill while making plans to liberate the Greeks from Ottoman rule. Not in combat, but of a fever caught in the unhealthy conditions of the city. Exasperated, it is generally agreed, by the overzealous actions of his doctors, who bled him excessively. Damn. Ooh. Here's one that's not depressing. Beethoven's Symphony No. 9 premieres at the Theater am Kartentor in Vienna. The deaf composer has to be turned around on the stage to witness the enthusiastic audience reaction. Oh, that's actually kind of wholesome. He plays Symphony No. 9, and then like someone had to walk up on stage and turn him around to face the crowd so that he could see that they were applauding him. That's kind of wholesome.
And also kind of sad because, you know, he genuinely didn't notice otherwise.
Yeah. But, I mean, the fact that someone noticed that he didn't notice and then walked up and helped him out, that's really nice.
And thus we see the duality of humanity in a nutshell.
Yep.
As screwed up as our people can be, as a species, we're also capable of wholesome stuff like this. It's shades of gray.
The Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is established in Great Britain. The Confederation of the Equator begins in Pernambuco, Brazil. Wealthy landowners against the government of Emperor Pedro I initiate a successionist movement for the independence of the place I mentioned. Queen Kamamalu, I apologize for saying that incorrectly, of Hawaii dies of measles while accompanying her husband during a visit to the United Kingdom.
Aw.
Visit of the Marquise de Lafayette to the United States. Gilbert du Motier, Marquis de Lafayette, and a beloved hero of the American Revolution, departs from the port of Le Havre, in France on the ship Cadmus for a triumphant return to the United States. He arrives in New York on August 15th. King Kamehameha II of Hawaii dies of measles during a visit to the United Kingdom before he can meet with King George IV. Because of the slow communications of the era, news of the king's death does not reach Hawaii until the following March. His funeral would then take place on May 11th, 1825, and subsequently he is succeeded by his brother Kamehameha III, or Kamehameha.
Curse you, Dragon Ball.
Visit of the Marquis de Lafayette to the United States begins at Staten Island. He departs on September 7th, 1825. Charles X succeeds his brother Louis the 18th as King of France. The first Constitution of Mexico is enacted, declaring the country to be a federal republic. (1824) United States presidential election. None of the four candidates for U.S. president gain a majority of the electoral votes, so the election is thrown to the U.S. House of Representatives. The first American fraternity, Chi Pi? Chi Pi? I don't know. Is founded at Princeton University. So it looks like not too much happened in America around that time, but there were still quite a few things going on.
Don't let these people get to you.
Sorry for the
Hello?
Impromptu history lesson.
yes, we're just very interested in what happened 200 years ago. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, no, just imagine like you meet someone from 200 years ago, and it's like
Like I said, I would be asking so many questions.
so what was 1824 America like? It's okay. Lafayette came back to visit. The election was a sham.
No, go talk to Azrakal.
Did you vote?
I don't
And
care.
who for?
See that I'm busy. Leave me alone.
Excuse you, don't burp in my face. pure ghoul does not, like, that does not give you the excuse to be disgusting.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. I want to talk to you. What are you looking at? You'd think you'd never seen a ghoul up close before.
I've seen plenty of ghouls up close. Even now, I've got nothing against ghouls.
Is that so? Even if I call you a milk-sucking, mutant-loving, water-stealing son of a whore?
On an unrelated note, you know that upgrade kit they released for the Laser Prime mold?
Yeah.
How I happen to have it for my Legacy Scourge?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just made something even scarier than that being equipped
Ooh.
by attaching Nucleos to him.
Ha
A Nucleon-powered super mode.
All true, except for the part about the mutants, the water, and the whore.
I like a human that knows his place. Too many of you think we're all just zombies. They don't know or don't care that we're just as human as they are inside. We bleed, we hurt.
Yeah, I would advise
And you know
going
what
against
really
that
pisses
first
me
dialogue option. That is
Think
Yeah.
that the only
anti-ghoul
way
as
to kill
hell.
us is to shoot us in the head, like in the old zombie stories, and that'll put us out of our misery. Hey, I know. Maybe
So,
you could help
like,
me even this
I know, I know that for, I know that for certain. That's why I went with the second option, because it's just like, yes, but, yes, except for everything you just said.
Not everyone is as sympathetic to ghouls as you are. In fact, some humans are downright bigots. They treat us like zombies, calling us brain eaters and shufflers. Well, I'm gonna make them pay. Before I get into the details, you don't have anything against killing, do you?
The day isn't complete until I've killed something.
Well, aren't you the bloodthirsty type?
I like to
got this
think your
list of
character is just compensating with humor for the
Real
crap
stuff.
they've been through thus
I've
far.
only got 4
Yeah.
guys left on the list. Started out with 11. All of them hate ghouls and treat us like we're zombies. They all deserve to die, but it has to be done with a headshot, just like the old stories where zombies can only be killed that way. I'll pay you 100 caps for each one, 25. Excellent. Take this snipe. Here's a list of the guys and their last known locations. Word will get around if Tenpenny's killed, but I'll need proof for the others. Bring me back something personal from each of them as proof, like a key.
You know, part of me just suddenly came up with an idea for a Transformers story that I'd love to see fleshed out. I'm just not the person to write it.
Well now, looky here. We
I
got
want
us
to see what a
smooth
shattered
skin
glass
that I ain't
RID
never
2001
seen
looks
before.
like.
And already, what?
And this
Robots in Disguise
This is
2001
the
car
night.
robots.
Oh.
I want to see what a
Folks
shattered
got
glass
problems,
version of that would look like.
And I got liquor to sell 'em. Well, liquor and a few other
Specifically, I want to see what their version of Megatron
That
would
shadow.
look like.
Let's just say.
What color scheme
well,
would you put on that? What
he's a
body
loyal
would you be
employee.
using? Because,
Don't mess with me.
you know,
and
the
he
mold
won't
for the
mess with you.
character kind of doesn't look all that heroic.
No, he is not. Sir, you insult me. I am a firm believer in personal choice. To force, Sharon made some choices that landed him in my employ. Oh, would you now?
Alright.
I suppose.
The
I could
enslaved
work
ghoul
with-
we should be working on freeing.
Yes.
Yep.
Here's the. I'll give you the pleasure of informing.
And now I'm
Sharon
back to
myself.
the matter at hand. Correct. Except now I need to go refill my drink, so I'll be right back.
All right, I will wait till you get back for when we talk to Charon. Because trust me, folks, this is gonna be good.
I return.
Welcome back.
I see you've been busy standing in one place.
Yep. I was waiting for you to get back for this next part.
Why do I get the feeling I'm gonna be very happy with the results?
Drink till she's pretty.
Hey, Charon.
Talk to.
Oh no, none of that. No, actually, no. Slow down there. I have good news. I'm your new employer.
You purchased my contract from Razrakar. So, I am no longer in his service. That is good to know. Please, wait here. I must take care of something. Sorry. Guess you As
Uh-oh.
Get a lot of your kind down here.
Please tell me the game isn't bugging out.
They're...
Hi, AJ.
Hi, AJ. They're ghouls. They're supposed to look like that. I guess we gotta load the save.
Long time no see. What's going on with you?
First of all,
Hey, you.
Crowley.
What are you looking at? What?
Right?
What? Never seen a ghoul before?
Well now, look,
Who's that guy in the
that's
corner?
Sharon. Let's just say, well, he's a loyal employee. Don't
And in the background, as this conversation goes, the radio cuts out Galaxy
No,
News
he
Radio and
is not.
instead plays
Sir,
this.
You insult me. Would you now?
They are supposed to look like that, AJ. They've been irradiated.
And I'll give you.
Come here, dog meat. Good boy.
Talk to. You purchased my contract from Razrakal. So, I am no longer in his service. That is good to know. Please, wait here. I must take care of something. Razrakal, I am told that I am no longer in your service. Yes. All right, let's go.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
Azrakal was an evil bastard. So long as he held my contract, I was honor bound to do as he commanded. But now you are my employer, which freed me to rid the world of that disgusting rat. And now, for good or ill, I serve you. Christ, the beer in this place tastes like piss. I've forgotten the taste of good.
That really sucks. I'd rather
And all I have to say to the corpse of Azrakal is the following.
Bitch!
Ah!
Yes, what is it? And I...
Alright, so we have
Did you see that?
we have dog meat and we have Charon or Sharon. Bear is shocked as he proceeds to loot his body. Well, I mean, I was shocked at first, but then, oh, hey, free shit. Alright, now to raid the museum.
Hey, where? There's more where that came from. Hey, where? Keep firing.
Whoa! The fuck was that? Oh, turret. Hold on. Oh, of course, I don't have a high enough science skill. Fuck.
Do you have any books?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's over.
Like books, mentats, anything?
Got some mentats. Locked myself out.
Too bad you didn't save right in front of the thing.
Yeah. Ooh, Lincoln's Diary.
Be careful.
Day 190. They're still angry that I liberated people.
Had enough?
You know what's funny about the Civil War? And people might get mad at me for saying this. It wasn't about race. Race.
Honestly, while it was to a degree part of it, it was more so about economy.
Yep. It did play a major part later on, but the original reason for the Civil War was essentially the Revolution Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
That's it. That's it.
The North was taking everything from the South because the North couldn't make half the shit that the South could.
Had enough?
And regardless of actual race relations, the labor involved in getting those resources was what largely drove the southern part of the United States economy.
Mm-hmm.
When the North basically threatened to make that obsolete with technological innovation, that's when the panic started. Don't get me wrong, the practice was outdated and barbaric as all hell. Oh, and there were definitely better ways to get the miscellaneous crops they were using to drive their economy.
Oh, absolutely.
But at that point in time, any attempts to innovate and move forward to actually reach those better methods would have basically driven the South into a recession of some kind.
So remember, if you see someone with a Confederate flag, they're probably still racist. Because most people forgot about that part of history. That was me attempting humor. Evidently, it did not
You
work.
want some of this?
I mean, I got a decent smile out of it. An awkward smile, but a decent smile nonetheless. To make the hacking gameplay more riveting, I have chosen to employ this soundbite. was either gonna be that or Epic Sack. This makes me increasingly glad to be here to pull off jokes like this.
That song really does go with everything.
It does. Because it just made me picture the kind of mental struggle the character you're playing is going through trying to hack the terminal. Like you say, they're sweating profusely, trying everything you can think of. Mashing buttons, smacking the computer a couple of times. Probably screaming some very unkind things at it.
You dumb motherfucker! Oh, if only his father was here to see it, to see him now. Oh, hey. Action Abe.
Oh yeah, a toy made to reflect his Vampire Hunter days.
I still remember when I had to do a psych profile for Abraham Lincoln for college. That was probably the most interesting thing I ever did for that class. Because like, I learned a lot about Lincoln. And in fact, because of what I learned, I came to the conclusion that he had unipolar depression.
This place is not safe.
I've heard of bipolar depression. What's unipolar depression?
Hold on.
Well, he Googles that.
It is known as a major depressive episode. It is a mental health condition that can range from mild to severe. It's different from bipolar depression, which has two poles, mania and depression. Symptoms of unipolar depression include apathy, sadness, irritability, slowness, and thoughts or plans of suicide.
Considering the stuff Lincoln had to put up with at that time, I don't blame him for being in this state.
Unipolar depression can be caused by many things, including the death of a loved one, the birth of a child, a career crisis, lack of sunlight during the winter, genetics, a family history of depression, other medical conditions, alcohol or other substance use disorder, the use of certain medications. I believe Abraham Lincoln was also exposed to mercury at the time. So that could have also had something to do with it. But yeah, with what I learned about old Honest Abe, whew,
The man was put through the ringer.
that poor man.
Like, you listed off possible causes for her unipolar depression. The instant death of a loved one pops up. My brain immediately remembers, didn't he lose at least one kid?
He lost a kid and he lost his mother. I believe it was his mother.
Like, I said it before and I'll say it again. The world put this man through the ringer.
Hey, Lincoln's hat.
Unfortunately, he rolled one nat one too many.
He rolled a nat 1 on perception.
On his perception check.
God, I remember BioShock Infinite had so in the city of whatever the city in the sky was named, I forgot. They worshipped 3 of the founding fathers as like holy figures. They also worshipped John Wilkes Booth. And painted Abraham Lincoln as a devil figure.
Oh boy.
Yep. They were a messed up bunch.
They were a smidge cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
I came this way, I think. So
The one thing I dislike about Fallout 3 is how easy it is to get lost.
Yep.
But then again, it's easy to get lost in most Fallout games.
Yep. Lincoln's repeater.
Oh, we're gonna have a fun time in Paradise Falls with this.
Lincoln's voice.
Be cautious.
Lincoln Memorial poster. I want to say that's... Oh. Antique Leakin coin collection. Never mind. I was about to say, I think that's everything, but,
If memory serves, there's a man in Rivet City that'll buy a good chunk of the stuff off you.
there's also a group of freed slaves that will greatly appreciate, all of these things. Even if they can't pay for it.
The karma alone will be worth it.
Yep. I know Indy would say, it belongs in a museum. Honestly, I think it belongs with the people who need it most.
And who knows, given time and enough actual freedom from the slavers, they might make a museum dedicated to this stuff.
Yeah.
I forget if it was a Wild Wasteland encounter. My favorite, what the hell is this, finds in Fallout New Vegas was the head of the Lincoln Memorial.
What? Wait. The head of the Lincoln Memorial.
Like, it is somewhere else in this game, but in Fallout New Vegas, you can find it.
How the hell did it get from DC to Nevada?
And that's why they put it there. Again, if memory serves, I think it was a Wild Wasteland thing. Just like finding the holy hand grenades.
Oh yeah. Or Uncle Owen and Aunt Peru.
Or, my favorite one of the bunch, in Old World Blues, when you get to see a bunch of cyber dogs playing poker. Sad thing is, I think my favorite joke about how Luke's uncle and aunt came from a special called Some Wars. The names were changed to Uncle Soon Dead and Aunt Gonna Bite It. At which point, the Obi-Wan equivalent in this thing here says, wait, what were their names? Soon Dead and Gonna Bite It? Oh no!
My favorite has got to be this short where it was like a parody of Cops. These stormtroopers were called out to the moisture farm due to a due to a disturbance, and it was Uncle Owen and Aunt Peru who were having a very heated argument over Luke, and the stormtroopers are just like, okay, why don't we all just calm down here and let's just talk this out. And then I believe at one point Peru, I think, either took a gun or took a thermal detonator and killed herself and Owen.
Only Imperial stormtroopers are so precise. Yeah, they did precisely nothing.
And yeah, the stormtroopers were just like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Cut the cameras.
I do at least enjoy the idea that they might have tried a diplomatic solution first.
Mm-hmm.
Prove that stormtroopers aren't all brainless murder machines.
Alrighty. Now then, now that we've visited the Natural History Museum, we have to go find the Museum of Technology.
And the mutants that infest it.
Yep.
Speaking of which, good luck navigating these trenches. It's not that they're difficult, it's that there are mutants in there.
Yep. You don't get the run. Thank you. Oh shit! Ooh, fuck! Ah!
I play the sound clip too quickly. There was an alternative one I could have used. Something is, I could totally believe that would play on a Fallout radio station at some point.
Bring it!
On the note of Fallout and radio stations, there is legitimately a side quest I want to see happen in a Fallout game at some point.
Oh.
You meet the DJ for that particular radio station and make a deal to bring back any records, holotapes, whatever have you, with new music you can find.
I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Like, imagine, you get to negotiate for a bigger capture heard if you play your cards right. Or you can choose to just hand them over for free for...
Damn. Had enough?
And the radio station will change and play new things depending on what you bring back.
Keep the pin.
That's actually pretty cool. That's a neat idea. I'm surprised they haven't done it.
Right? And the best part is, it doesn't even necessarily have to be good karma, depending on what you bring back. If you just bring back, say, Enclave propaganda, and give it over her for a hefty caps her to tell them play it frequently, that could probably net you some negative karma.
Keep firing.
Ah, yes, out of ammo. Fuck. You know what? I got plenty of minigun ammo. Damn, Super Mutant Masters can really take a beating.
They're not masters without reason.
You can't hide from me forever.
National Archives. That's not where I need to go. But there is a quest for that place. There we go, Museum of Technology.
Over here. There's more where that came from.
Alright, that's it. I'm done with this ad break. Ooh, that one got some distance. Gotta give it to Optimus Primal. You can throw. On the note of Primal, while we have a moment of relative calm here, I know it's not exactly on topic, but it gets it out of my system. I think I know what bot I want to have trained Optimus Primal and Maximo Lelito 1 in my Beast Wars thing.
Okay.
It'd be hilarious for Cup of all bots to have lived this long.
Yeah.
And now I'm just thinking, given his name is a pun on pickup truck, what exactly would his beast mode be if he ever got one?
That is a good question, and I'm struggling to come up with an answer.
Is it sad that the first option that popped into my head was a goat?
Well, he is a stubborn old coot.
This place is not safe.
Stubborn, headstrong. The beast mode now gives him facial hair in at least one mode. Plus, I don't think we've actually had any maximal goats yet.
I want to say there was at least one in the toy line.
Well, since we're back to hacking, I just picture Sharon playing the saxophone in the background. Which, by the way, if you happen to encounter any dead Brotherhood of Steel guys, you can just give their armor to Charon. He can use it.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. Dude's power armor trained.
Oh, ain't that interesting?
And considering the role he plays and how aggressive he gets, he's gonna need all the defensive plating he can find.
Yeah. I remember I took him with me to, what was it, Boulderopolis? Or Rockopolis?
Rockopolis.
And he died. He did not survive.
The companions were better in New Vegas. They had actual lasting consequences for the choices you made with them. Shows of how they literally cannot die in New Vegas, and all one has to do is just walk through a door, entering a new space for them to get back up.
I will say...
Cut to Fallout 3, where shooting a companion dead actually kills them.
I will say, it is nice that I don't have to worry about them dying.
It is, and I'm not going to knock New Vegas for that. I'm not going to pretend that it wasn't a lifesaver in points either.
Alright, now let's activate these turrets and see what happens. Oh, they shoot each other. That's boring.
Well, yeah, if you remove the targeting data, they're just gonna target anything they can find.
I was hoping they would like target. I was hoping it would. I was hoping it would control like other turrets further in the building and shoot the super mutants, but evidently not. Halls of today. Yeah, this is about right. Yeah. It, yep.
No, I bet that's a metaphor for something. Behold, the garbage that Vault-Tec fed to the public.
I love how the narrator is just being all cheery and you just see the blood and everything.
The living sections make use of our revolutionary floor-suck auto-cleaner system. Those darned messy kids never sweep again. Moms will love how our clever 3,000 kitchen system makes cooking a breeze. I can smell the muffins.
So there was one playthrough of Fallout 3 I did where I came here before I even met Three Dog to see if I could take the radar dish before I ever met him, and just hand it to him when I met him.
Could you?
I remember getting pretty far into the museum, but I don't remember taking it. But it is inspiring me to try out again. Load up a new character. Give them a ridiculous name, even more ridiculous face. And then just go out of my way to get hit here.
I don't know why, but I'm suddenly reminded of eat shit and die, Ricky. Eat shit and live, Bill. I don't know why that just popped in my head now of all times. I know you and Taro are not like big fans of horror, but one of these days,
I mean, I'm acquiring a taste for it.
one of these days, we need to have like when your phone is capable of, you know, viewing Discord streams again.
if it ever is.
We need to have like a day where we watch movies, and I will show both of you Sleepaway Camp. It is so bad it's good.
Both of you to assume that the day we do that, I won't just be visiting so we can watch in person.
You know what? That's fair.
On the note of things that people would have to acquire a taste for, and to bring one final whole mention of Beast Wars into this thing, here's all I have to say for the people who claim there's nothing in Beast Wars worth watching.
I've got one.
Not one, but two characters have to grapple with the very nature of their existence. Fate versus choice. You praise the Lion King for it. Why? Well, Beast Wars did it too.
Which two characters?
Dinobot and Black Arachnia.
Ah. Yeah, that makes sense.
I see the truth at last. The future is not fixed. My actions, my destiny are my own. And yet, how ironic. For now I find that I have no choice at all. I am a warrior. Let the battle be joined.
Hey,
We have this in slightly different flavors. Dinobot's existential dread came from, well, whether or not the concept of free will even exists. Gotta love when you have a story with time travel that lets you do that. Because a large portion of Dinobot's character arc throughout the show, especially in the second season, spoiler alert for a damn near 30-year-old show,
If you haven't watched by now, that's your fault.
like, it's literally free on Hasbro's YouTube channel.
Yep. It's also free on Tubi.
So, Dinobot's character arc boils down to really the significance of the Golden Disc. If they are on Earth and the records on the disc are accurate, would changing something the disc has records of in the past change the record on the disc? Is fate predetermined? Does free will exist? Ultimately, Dinobot comes to the conclusion that free will does exist. His life and his actions are his own. And he chooses to go out like a warrior, saving humanity from extinction before it had a chance to, actually make something of itself.
I forgot that's how Dinobot went out.
Funny enough, Dinobot saving the proto-humans from the Predacon attack is also why humanity spread out so much over the planet in the Beast Wars continuity. The mega tribes scattered into multiple smaller tribes. And Dinobot may or may not have also taught the proto-humans how to make tools. I know it's definitely not intentional on Dinobot's part. But he did make a primitive hammer out of a tree branch and a rock.
People of the capital wasteland, you can hear me.
As for Black Arachnia's whole existential crisis,
Just hold on 1 second.
From Megaton to Girder Shade, Paradise Falls to the Republic of Dave, we're coming to you loud and proud in a special live report. But Three Dog, you're in that cool radio studio in D.C. How do you know I can hear you all the way out here in the ass end of nowhere? Because of the kid from Vault 101, that's how. That cat actually managed to repair our antenna relay. How's that for ingenuity, folks? From here on in, it's bye-bye, stupid static. Hello, magnificent music. So sit back, relax, and absorb these classic tunes. Thanks for listening, children. This is Three Dog, ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio. We're Radio Free Wasteland, and we're here for you. Up next, we've got a public service announcement.
All right. Sorry, I
best DJ Fallout's ever had.
Yeah. Yes.
I got nothing against Mr. New Vegas. He's definitely good at what he does.
He definitely
there's
has some charm to him.
But like Three Dogs got this kind of undeniable charisma, man.
If I had to rank the radio hosts, Three Dog is obviously at the top. Mr. New Vegas and the girl from 76 are tied. And then there's Travis. Oh!
No, hold on. Travis occupies 2 spots. I would put pre-confidence boost Travis over post-confidence boost Travis.
Yes. I also forgot about the old lady that plays classical music.
In this very game.
Yes. Alright, so we have done what we set out to do. I didn't mean to cut you off on your Black Arachnia story. It's just, we finally got the...
No, I get it. It was a big moment. Like, that broadcast only plays once.
Yep.
Also, we're at 2 hours in. Like, more or less.
Yep. So we might as well, first, I'm going to go grab some armor for Charon. Hey, buddy.
I don't like the look of this place. Very well.
He should just auto-equip it.
There we go.
And I shall follow.
Also,
Told you.
Also, this way, the Brotherhood won't shoot him on sight.
Pleasure hunting with you.
Was it this way, or was it...
Yeah, to keep Black Arachnia's one short, it was a question of, do the circumstances of my birth determine what I do with my life?
Which is funny, because she was reprogrammed to be a Predacon.
But that was still effectively her quote-unquote birth as far as Transformer logic goes.
That is true. Dog. Oh,
Power
shit.
to the people, eh, kid?
He was sleeping, and I checked the time. I was like, Three Dog, why are you asleep? It's 6 p.m.
Hey, all right. The hero of the wasteland returns.
Thanks, Three Dog. I was just glad to help with the good fight.
Hey, you're the one that deserves all the thanks. You struck a major blow against tyranny. Now, GNR can be heard clear across the capital wasteland again. That'll give Eden and those muties something to think about. But before I get back to my calling, I bet you want to hear about your dad.
Well, yeah. Where's my dad gone?
When your dad passed through here, he and I talked for a good long time. He's a real stand-up kind of guy. He mentioned some scientific mumbo-jumbo, which didn't make sense to me. And mentioned something called Project Purity. He also said something about going to visit a Dr. Lee in Rivet City. Then he left in a hurry.
Rivet City? Where's that?
You never heard of Rivet City? Wow. Just... wow.
Three Dog, you know I come from a vault.
A bunch of people got together and turned a beached aircraft carrier into a town. Pretty cool, huh? Just follow the river south from here. There's no way you can miss it.
How are things now that the power's back?
I can't even tell you the love I'm getting from the wasteland. Ever since GNR started singing again, the guys downstairs told me that more people than ever are tuning in. It's all I ever wanted. Anytime you need a place to crash, duck in here. Be glad to provide.
Thanks, man. But yeah, like the when Three Dog was like, "You've never heard of Rivet City?" Wow. I'm just like, you know, I come from a vault, right? Like, you know, I'm from a vault. I was raised in a vault. I don't know half of the shit that's out here.
You've never heard of Rivet City? Wow. Just wow. Player's response, Kobold Stare.
Dorime. Oh. It's like, I can't tell you how funny that is, because he knows you're from a vault, and he still says that shit. Like,
I think he's just yanking your chain at that point.
you know what is Three Dog? That is entirely possible. All right. So we have helped fight the good fight, and we'll have to end it there.
Here's a little bit of trivia about Three Dog for those of us crazy enough to try it. He can die.
Yes, he can.
And he will be replaced by his assistant running the radio, who will continue to list off your many, many misadventures throughout the wasteland.
Yep. Although you never see this assistant, and if you go back to Galaxy News Radio, there's no one there.
This makes Three Dog one of only 2 radio personalities I know of in Fallout that can, in fact, be killed.
2?
You can kill Travis.
What about the classical music lady?
I've never tried.
You know what? That is fair. That is fair. Who would even... Who? You know what? I'm not even going to ask. Because there are people who would. Anyway. Thank you all for watching. This has been Vegas Fair 92.
And Meikumon.
We had a blast today playing Fallout.
Even if I did lose a train of thought a few times.
That's fine. You didn't spend the whole stream talking about it, so that's all good. We may be back with Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door tomorrow. I need to confer with Chocobo. And next week is going to be a big one because for the next month, we will not be doing our regularly scheduled games because in about 2 weeks' time, the Cavern of Spooks returns!
The leaves change color and do their morbid dance as all light begins to fade.
Funny enough, the last day of September is on a Monday. So we'll be closing out the month with Resident Evil 1 before going into Cavern of Spooks. I should also mention that our schedule will still be the same, Mondays and Sundays off. Saturdays are gonna be tricky. Because
Wednesdays and Sundays off, you mean?
yeah, what did I say?
Mondays.
Fuck. Saturdays are gonna be tricky because we're gonna be having a new D&D campaign on Saturdays, and I also want to see if I can talk Chocobo into doing Alan Wake 2 for October. So hopefully I can convince him to do it. And because there are 2 characters in that game that you play as, we can switch off. So, thank you all for watching. If you like the stream and you like what we do, feel free to support us at the link below on Twitch, as well as subscribing to the Twitch channel. If you do not want to do that, or if you can't, because we're all broke down here, Georgie, you can support us in other ways, such as simply watching a stream, following the channel, which will grant you access to my Discord if you want it. And on the YouTube side of things, you can watch the video on YouTube, like the video on YouTube, comment on the video on YouTube, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel, as that is where all our streams go as VODs once we are done. So if you miss a stream, you can hop on over to YouTube and watch it there. So, with all that said and done, we will catch you all on the next... well, first of all, stay safe, stay cool, and then we'll catch you all on the next stream. Peace.
Watch those shadows, people. You never know what lurks inside.